watch any of the release of the memo, or
No, sir, not really. Not too much.
been paying too much attention?
No, well, she's been making me. You know how them girls are.
So you're the political one. You like?
Not as much. I used to be really into it, and then I kind of slipped out of it. So I probably have been trying to get back into it.
Oh, it's real interesting. Yeah.
I know. I used to love it. Like whenever.
It's different now.
Yeah. It's way different. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, because no one expected him to get in.
I'm so happy though.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I know, because we tried to stay up watching it and we fell asleep. We're early birds.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah, I was happy he won, that's for sure.
Indeed, and but the memo, if you've been keeping track of it at all, you know, are you familiar with it? Do you know anything much about it?
Not much. I watched the speech the other night, but I haven't really been keeping up with it as much.
What did you think of the speech?
It was pretty good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Isn't it crazy how the liberals now come out? Everything he says, it's like they can find a cloud in every silver lining.
Everything.
Right.
And like everything he was saying the other night. Everything he was saying the other night and all the stuff he's changed, and they're still hating on him. I'm like, oh.
Oh no, they'll never like it.
No, he could save their children from bleeding to death in front of them.
Well, he should have saved them a minute quicker.
Yeah, they'd find something. I mean, but the memo kind of just verified everything we basically already knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that she paid for the dossier, that
right.
You know, that was made up, that was used to get the FISA warrant. And they went back 3 times to get the FISA warrant using this fake phony. They knew phony. And of course, again, the liberals, you know, last week they're going, don't do it. The world's gonna come doing it. And then it comes out and they're going, hey, it's a big nothing burger. Jesus Christ. It's like, okay, what is it then? You know, make up your mind. Is it gonna crack the earth in two? Or are we supposed to just like, you know, pick our nose and walk away?
Yeah.
God, these people. So did you get, what you know about the memo?
I know, the memo.
Did you?
You know what? I'm a real political guy.
Yeah.
I think it would have been wiser to not release it. I think all the talk about how bad it was would have been better, and Trump wouldn't look so bad releasing it, even though I'm excited about it. I mean, anything that makes the Democrats' heads pop, you know, I'm all about it. The memo did that, so I'm happy about that. But
Yeah.
But anyway.
Don't you just love that whole? You just said it, triggering these people like goofing on. We are back in the day. Used to go, I was goofing on you. You know.
These idiots take everything he says so seriously. Like when he said, "Hey, maybe Russia can find her 30,000 emails." It's obviously a joke. Now, wait a minute. He wants the Russians now to get involved.
No. He jokes, but he tells the truth.
He does.
He jokes.
Well, you know what? He acts straight up.
Yeah. They don't know how to deal with him because he just, you know,
she curses like a sailor behind closed doors, but up front they're perfectly correct. It's such nonsense.
Well, listen, their hubris and hypocrisy is what's destroying them.
I know.
Look at their faces during the State of the Union address.
See that?
How else my contractors again?
It was just comical.
That's why I put them on camera, man.
Yeah.
Is to, you know, the best thing to do is let them be idiots.
That's right. And they think everybody's getting what they're saying. They're just thinking of their own grave, these knuckleheads. Yeah. They look so, not just partisan, so stupid and stuff. They're so one-sided, no matter what he does. They're never going to vote for anything he does, and that's good. Because that means the midterm election between the tax...
I really don't want to see Pelosi go anywhere. I don't want to see Waters go anywhere. I don't want to see Schumer, as much as they should.
Schumer, I mean, he's a knucklehead.
Yeah.
But he'll cut a deal. I think if he thinks he gets a good deal. As long as you don't embarrass him too much. Pelosi, she can't. She doesn't.
She needs to be put to rest.
She's totally lost her mind with Trump.
I know.
I mean, and it's obvious.
President Bush. She said President Bush again the other day.
Yeah. She's
totally lost her mind. And Waters, I mean...
Yeah, Waters is just off the deep end. So,
and Wilson. They're all like, what the hell?
I know. It's funny. It's comical. I love it.
I think they just pretty much just, showed that the Democrats just weaponized the FBI and the Department of Justice to pretty much go after somebody that was going up as a president against them. It's
pretty crazy, huh?
It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so do you think at all, like, something's going to come out of it. I
hope so. I hope they don't just sit back and just say, well, this happened, and then let everybody just go free. There's somebody should go to jail.
Well, I mean, there was some pundits that were saying, with the release of the memo, they should have had the sheriffs going out there at the same time.
Sure.
Putting people in handcuffs.
Yeah.
It ought to be a real interesting coming week.
Yeah, I was telling her I was pretty excited once it got released. I was like, I couldn't sleep the night before because I was like, the word was coming out.
And how about the liberals' reaction? Did you catch any of the liberals' reactions?
Yeah, they're acting like it's no big deal. The thing that gets me, and this is what we were talking about in the car on the way over here, was that, imagine if the table was turned and the next election were to come around and Donald Trump were to do the same thing. Imagine the outrage. And then to think of the possibility that this may have happened even in the past. This may not have had been the first time.
Oh, we know it was.
So,
I mean, well, look at what Lois Lerner, how she targeted mainly conservative groups. Yeah. And, I mean, you can go back to the church committee hearings back in the 70s where, it showed how the CIA had infiltrated all the media and everything. So, no, the deep state has, and especially accelerated after 9/11.
Sure.
And, well, after the Kennedy assassination, really. And then so it's been blown up. We were at a precipice, and then along came.
Yeah. Threw a monkey wrench right into there.
Unbelievable, man. They weren't expecting this. Because, I mean, look what they were doing. They were using their own telephones, government-issued telephones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so oh, God. Here he comes along. Now, this is going to take a big chunk out of the deep state.
Sure.
Because, I mean, these guys laid everything they had on this stupid Russian hoax.
They still are.
I know. But the reaction is beautiful. It's like you brought up, at first they were going, don't do it. The world's going to crack in two if we the whole get. And then it comes out and they're going, it's a big nothing burger.
Exactly.
Well, make up your mind. What is it? But it's out of their hands. They can scream all they want because what this is going to do now, it's going to go through the lawyers.
Yeah.
And the lawyers are going to go, and that's when yep, lock him up. Not him. Come over here, you.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's going to lead back to Obama.
Hopefully.
Oh, it's got to. Everything that happened had to go through his
You know how things work. Some of these guys are just going to walk away free.
This is, and all they've said, this is just the beginning. This is only about 10% of what's going to come out in the near future. So in the next few days, next week, you're going to have the Department of Justice coming out with their conclusions.
Sure.
And their study. And if they come out and back up what the memo says, then we still got Wiener's laptop. That was a Rosetta Stone to corruption.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't really address it or anything like that was just ridiculous.
And then, of course, you guys are in love, but I got to ask you this. As in love as you are, would you send 50,000 texts to one another? And it was a short period of time, too. It was like a year. It didn't leave you no time to do anything else.
Yeah. I think we probably knock out 20 in a day. We're working.
That'd be the max. That seems to be a lot. Yeah. But 50,000 seems like you're on 18 hours a day. You're probably standing next to one another. How you doing, honey?
Back and forth. Hey, well.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Here, let me give you a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. So, are you guys familiar with the memo? Have you been keeping up with that news at all?
Yeah, I was watching. I know they released it yesterday.
Yes.
And what I would like to see is the actual. I wonder if they'll ever release the actual FISA warrant.
Well, indeed. Well, they say this is just the first. This is only 10% of what's coming.
Both sides are spinning, and I'm waiting to see what the.
Yeah. Oh, you know,
What
the
the
others, they
heck's the warrant?
spin it off the reels. I mean,
Yeah.
their reaction, I love it. Before it came out, they're going, don't, the world's going to crack in two if you do this. Everything is falling apart. Then it gets out and they go, yeah, it's not
I think what looks the fishiest about it all, though, is it's the woman inside the FBI who worked for her husband. She worked for this company. Come on, that stinks. Really, that's awful.
No, really?
That's.
And everybody is so interconnected. I mean, you go back and you check the timeline, and it's like, they worked on this together and worked on that. And then Rosenstein, this guy is so full of them. He actually threatened the congressman 3 weeks ago that if they released the memo, he was going to release the dogs on them. Where did they get these people? And how did they get as far as they got? What were we doing?
You're looking at a family of Trump lovers.
We'll meet you in there, okay?
Best I've seen in my lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
Just making it happen. So.
Thank you. We're going to go
All right, great. Here, let me give you a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. This is good for any crime in the world. Here you go, young man. You'll go to my YouTube channel on the back and check out,
I'll share this with my folks in the office.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Memo. We were just talking about the memo.
Did you get a chance to see any of the reports on it or anything?
I don't even know what.
We came down. We drove here yesterday when they released it, and I saw very little this morning. And I'm like, I can't sit here and wait to hear about it. I got stuff to see.
Yeah, it pretty much has confirmed a lot of what we already knew. But the new revelations, I think, that came out was the fact that they used it for the FISA warrant, and they used 3 times, and then it was used to get the warrant to start spying on him. So, and it really puts Rosenstein in a bad light, which it should.
Right.
Something should come out of it. I mean, it should. I'm hoping this Monday or Tuesday we see some people arrested. There should be. They should have been arrested.
Won't be.
Oh no, there's got to be some. No, these crimes are too egregious. We're talking about turning the agencies, intelligence agencies, into political weapons.
Right.
I mean, this isn't kids' game. We're talking about high treason here.
Well, it would be nice if they did something about it, but I don't see that it's going to happen. It'd be great if it did. I'd like to see her go to jail.
Well, they also say this is only 10% of what's coming. You got the DOJ coming out with their report this coming week, which could be highly condemning, and verify everything that came out in the memo. So this is going to the lawyers now. So it's out of the pundits' hands. I don't care how much the liberals scream or what's going on. This goes to the lawyers now, and the lawyer's going to go, in jail. You're gone.
Hopefully.
Oh no, it has to happen. If it doesn't, there'll be a revolution. Because we've had revolutions for less.
Well, this is true. Well, good luck out here.
Yeah. Have a good day.
God bless you. Did I give you a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton?
No, you didn't.
There you go. It's good for any crime in the world.
All right, thank you.
Dude, you are the man. Look at your outfit.
Man.
I was too obsessed with Hillary in handcuffs to not recognize you.
Go Sam.
I'm just like Donald Trump. I like to be seen with pretty women.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you grab by the pussy?
Only if she consents.
Aaron, he's
Okay, one more.
Only if it's consensual.
Okay. Yes. I love this place. I'm never freaking leaving this place. You look like a total stud mug, man. Yes. Go America.
So any of you guys up with the memo? You seen what's going up with the memo? You heard about that?
Heard about it.
Yeah, that you've been on the road and shit, partying, drinking too much.
Right.
Yeah.
They give it too
Don't
much
blame me.
thought.
No, what is it?
Yeah, well, they making a big deal about the memo that was going to expose how she paid for the phony dossier that they used to go ahead and get the warrant to spy on him. That now it turns out it was all phony. It's all bullshit, and hopefully something gets done about it.
I won't.
You don't think so?
I
No.
I think it has
If
to.
it was the other way around, yeah. Well,
No, this is too big. This is way, 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 way too big. This is way too big. I mean, this is 100 times
I agree with you.
Watergate and anything else. This is using intelligence agencies as a political weapon to subvert an incoming president and try to remove him from office. This is sedition. This is treason. This is not a walk in the park.
But if it was him doing it, oh,
Yeah.
good Lord.
Oh, God, you can, no, but, no. Something's going to come. This is only 10% of what's coming out. You got the Department of Justice thing coming out this week. Things are starting to get real. I mean, it's going to get real wild.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And you are ballsy standing out here like this.
Come on, what
People,
these?
people come up and run their mouth to you? Yeah.
Yeah, but they're liberals. They're cowards. What are they going to do?
Oh my God!
I mean, seriously.
It's true.
All you have to do is ask them a question, and
And
they
I
look
know
at you
they
like
stutter.
you've come from Mars, and they run away.
Look at this side.
What's your take on the memo? Did you get a chance
I
to?
hadn't looked at it yet.
Yeah.
They built it up until I was on vacation, and I was pumped up
Had to
there.
take a break.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah, it's out. It's out. They released it.
Yeah.
And of course, all the liberals are, well, it's nothing. Of course. Then what were you making a big stink about it for? If it was nothing, why were you screaming?
Yeah. Now you're gonna tear the FBI apart if you do this.
Yeah, right. Now all of a sudden they're the champions of the FBI. What then? How did that happen? You know,
Flip-flop.
they love the deep state now. Ooh, the deep state's their friend.
It's the best way to make America white again. We're gonna give 2 million people amnesty, and that's making America white. You know how do you say
You
that?
can, if you try to make sense out of it, what they say, you probably come on to them because you're going insane. I mean, you can't write it. I know. It's like, what you did? What? Huh?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, you watch the State of the Union, huh?
I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah, the look on the liberals' faces.
Yeah.
He would look.
I didn't see it. I know.
That was the funniest part.
Yeah, they sat there the whole time. They never.
They would look like they were out of fume.
Had their phones out.
Yeah.
Playing Candy Crush.
I need to get online.
Oh, you got to see it. And then when they I don't think this has ever happened in the chamber. A chant, USA broke out. USA. Gutierrez gets up and walks out in disgust. It's like, what? I mean, I love it. I love these guys being idiots on camera. It's the best. I want Pelosi to stay right where she is.
Yeah.
I don't want her to go anywhere. I want Maxine Waters to stay right where she is. Actually, I want them to get out of there. But they're killing themselves. I love it.
They tear her apart with them funny quotes on where did when you mix your denture cream up with your preparation base. You know, she's like. Yeah. You have a good day. God bless you.
Yes, thank you. God bless you guys. Hey, folks. Look, I got a new store getting on Threadless. It's going to be badass Uncle Sam Threadless. I really need your help. I need somebody to start buying some of my work. And I need to start making a living doing this, otherwise I'm going to have to give it up. Things are getting to be strainful on me if I don't start doing it. I'm going to have to sell the rig and just basically, and I'd hate to do that because I really love doing this. I like being out here. But I can only be out here if you help me out. So please go ahead, give what you can, become a patron, purchase something. Go fund me. There's several ways to go ahead and get something in my bucket. I really appreciate it. Thank you.